Hello everyone, very good morning. Welcome back to English class. In this class, we are going to discuss last unit, sixth unit, reading aid. The lesson is a hero. Okay, read the following proverb and answer the question that follows. So, this is a proverb. Proverb means samita in Telugu. Okay, what it means? Fortune means luck. Favors means fletch. Brave means courage. If you have a courage, if you have a brave, that fletches helps you to give a luck. So always you should have a courage. Automatically you get a luck. And also it tells you you don't depend on luck and you don't seek for luck always. So if you have a courage, it helps you to give a luck. That is the meaning of this proverb. Okay, how this proverb reflects on our lesson, today's lesson, that is a hero. Let us see. Read the following story and answer the questions that follow. Okay, see the lesson. Father was sitting under the hall lamp and reading the newspaper. Okay, you can see four characters on the picture: father, mother, grandmother, and child. Child name is Swami. So father was sitting under the hall lamp and reading the newspaper. So under the lamp, father was reading the newspaper. He looked over the newspaper and said, so while he was reading the newspaper, he said something to Swami. That is, Swami, listen to this. News has been received about the bravery of a village lad who was returning home by the jungle path. So in this news, one of the brave boy, returned to home by escaping in jungle. So, as usual, jungle has a lot of wild animals. He escaped from there. That is the news in the newspaper. While he was in the middle of the jungle, he came face to face with a tiger. So, while he was walking across the forest jungle, he faced one of the tiger, that is face to face. The newspaper gave a detailed account of the boy's fight with the tiger. So in this article, we can notice he fought with the tiger. It also described how the boy flew up a tree where he stayed half a day. At least some people came that way and killed the tiger. So how he thought very intelligently and flew up to tree to escape from the tree. Nearly he stayed there half a day and till someone came there and killed the tiger, he stayed there. That is the article in the newspaper. So dad asked the Swami about this article by reading this article. Okay, see, after reading, after reading it through, father looked at Swami fixedly and asked. So after completion of this article reading and fixedly and focused on Swami and asked, what do you say to that? So, what do you think about this article? Swami is replying, I think he must have been a very strong and grown up person. So, telling that, Swami is telling that maybe he is a grown up person, not a boy. How could a boy fight a tiger? If he is a boy, how could he fight? So that is a reply from Swami. You think you know better than the newspaper? Father said crossly. So you thought it a different way. So you know better than the newspaper. Newspaper prescribed this article, but you are telling something. So you know better than that. Swami is cross-examine about this article to Swami. And a man may have the strength of an elephant and yet to be covered. Another may be a mere skeleton, but if he has a real courage, he can do anything. So, further is explaining about this, if the man is a size of elephant, if the man is a big size as elephant, he must be a covered. Maybe he was a covered, but a man is a skeleton. If he is a mere skeleton, a person is a very lean and short, even though he might be a real and courageous person. He can do anything. So he explained that courage is everything. Strength and age don't matter much. How can that be? Said Swami. So by listening all this matter, Swami asked, how can that be? How it is possible? Suppose I had a lot of courage, but what could I do if a tiger attacked me? So Swami explained that suppose if I had a courage, but still I could not do anything with the tiger. Tiger attacked me. I can't do anything. Even I have a courage. So Swami explained this. Can you prove we have courage? Said father with a scroll. Scroll means very gazed, looked into Swami's face and asked, can you prove your courage? Let me see if you can sleep alone tonight in my office room. So father asked Swami. So let me see, sleep alone tonight in my office room. Swami had always slept beside his granny in porch. So porch means at veranda. So Swami always sleep beside a granny. So how we do in our childhood days, at the same time he is also sleeping beside his granny. The two always had their beds side by side. Any change in this arrangement kept him trembling and awake all night. So trembling, very fear and waked up. If the bed's arrangement is anything change, immediately he waked up and without sleep always he sit all the night. He hoped at first that father was only joking. So we have to sleep in my office room. But this statement was just joking to Swami. He thought that. He tried to change the topic by saying, father, our captain says we shall have some elders also in our cricket club. He has asked me to tell you. So Swami was wanted to change this topic. So he is explaining further. Our captain says we shall have some elders also in our cricket club. He has asked me to tell you. So he wanted to change this topic. We'll see about that later. Father cut it. So immediately father found his idea and cut his topic, and hereafter you must sleep alone, and again come back to his topic. Hereafter you must sleep alone. After this one, we have to sleep alone. From the first of next month, I will sleep alone. So Swami replied, so not today and not this time. I will sleep alone from the first of this month. Swami said very humbly, very requestingly, trying to please father. No, you must do it right from today. No, we have to do it today only. Father said sternly, very seriously. Sleeping beside granny or mother like a baby is disgraceful. Disgraceful means very cowardly. You are sleeping beside granny or grandmother, but you are now in the fifth class, and I don't like the way you are being grown up. Brought up means grown up. So I don't like how you cowardly grown up by sitting beside a grandmother and mother. Father lifted the newspaper to his face and started reading it again. So again, go back to newspaper reading. Swami rose quietly from his place and tiptoed to his bed in the porch. So while father is again reading the newspaper, Swami rose quietly, stand up from his place and tiptoed to his bed in the porch. Tiptoed means he is walking on his foot fingers. Foot fingers. So when you walk by foot fingers, it doesn't make any sound, and slowly he went to his bed. Granny was sitting up in her bed and she said, "Boy, are you already feeling sleepy today? Don't you want to hear a story?" So, grandmother went to there and asked the boy, "So, why are you sleeping very early today? Don't you hear my story?" So, grandmother always tells a story before his sleep. Swami made no reply. He threw himself on the bed and pulled the blanket over his face. So, by listening his grandmother's words, he did not reply anything, but he threw himself on the bed and pulled the blanket over his face. So he covered his face with the blanket. "Don't cover your face," said Granny. "Are you really so sleepy?" So grandmother said, "Don't cover your face because you don't get a proper breathe while you cover your face. So are you really sleepy?" Swami uncovered his face a little and whispered. So just he uncovered his face little bit and whisper. Whisper means silently talking. "Please, please, Granny, don't talk to me and don't let anyone disturb me, even if the house is on fire." So he was very fear, was in very fear, and also replying to grandmother and requesting his grandmother, "Don't talk to me, and also don't allow other people to talk with me. Even our house is burning with fire. Even whatever it happens, even house is burning. Don't talk with me. Don't disturb me. I am sleeping. I shall perhaps die if I don't sleep at once. So if you disturb me, definitely I will be dead. Okay, I am telling you, don't disturb me." So that is the just like warning to grandmother. Then he turned over and curled under the blanket. He started snoring, but soon found his blanket pulled away. Father was standing over him. Oh, he just covered his blanket and he started snoring. Snoring means gurka, but soon found his blanket pulled away. He just pretending as a sleeping, but immediately father was standing over there and pulled his blanket. "Get up, Swami," father commanded. He looked like a ghost in the semi-darkness of the porch. So in this darkness, how his father seems just like a devil. So his shadow is just like a devil. And Swami stirred and groaned as if in sleep. "Get up, Swami," said father a second time. "Why do you disturb him?" Granny pleaded. So still while father is asking him to get up, he just pretend as a just like a snoring Gurkha and also some somehow sleepiness. He just showed he was sleeping there, but still father was waking him. Then grandmother pleaded, requested him, "Why do you disturb him while he was sleeping? Get up, Swami," said father for the third time, and Swami got up. So by the third time, father asked to get up. Immediately Swami got up from the sleep. Father rolled up his bed, took it under his arm, and said, "Come with me." Immediately he packed all of his blankets and pillows and put it in his arm and, "Follow me, Swami. Come with me." Means follow me. Swami looked at Granny, hesitated for a moment, and then followed his father into the office room. So Swami was very angry on his grandmother because of she could not save him. That's what he hesitantly looked at the grandmother, and he can't do anything. He just followed his father into the office room. "Let me sleep in the hall, father," Swami pleaded. Swami was urging, requesting his father, "Let me sleep in at least hall. Your office room is very dusty and there may be scorpions behind your law books." So he is giving a clue that avoiding to sleep in his office room. That is, your office room is very dusty and also some scorpions behind your law books. So I don't sleep there. "There was no scorpions, boy. You can sleep on the bench if you like." So immediately father replied, "There is no scorpions, no mosquitoes. Go. You can sleep there on the bench if you like." "Can I have a lamp burning in the room?" Swami asked him. "At least, can I switch on the light?" "No, you must learn to be brave. You must not be afraid of darkness. No, you should not switch on any type of light. If you habituate to on the light and sleeping beside our granny, that is all habituated to you. It is only a question of habit. So this is the habituated to you. Will you at least leave the door open?" Swami said very humbly. And again also he is requesting, "At least can I open the door?" "All right," said father. "But promise you won't roll up your bed and go to your granny's side at night. But just promise me, at mid of the night, don't pack your luggage and go back to your as usual place, granny's beside. If you do it, I will tell your teacher and make you the laughing stock of the whole school. So if you do that, definitely I come to your school and make you stupid person among the all people." Swami was pained and angry. He did not like the cruelty his father was showing. So Swami was very painful by listening his cruel words of a father. He cursed the newspaper that had printed the tiger's story. He wished that the tiger had not spared the boy. So, in this time, Swami recollecting the newspaper article and cursed. Cursed means he scolding the article who wrote article, and also why that boy was saved by someone. He has to be killed. Then only I will be saved without asking by my father. He is thinking about that. The night advanced and the silence in the house deepened. Swami's heart began to beat faster. So obviously when we switch off the lights, the room was very darkened. This time Swami was very fear and frightened. He remembered all the stories of devils and ghosts he had heard. So this time, every time he watches devil and evil stories, this time he remembering all these stories because of he was in a darkness and alone. He was almost faint with fear. So fell. He was almost faint. Faint means he get a dizzy and fell into the sleep. The night advanced and the silence in the house deepened. Swami's heart began to beat faster. He remembered all the stories of devils and ghosts he had heard. He was almost faint with fear. Swami hurriedly got up and spread his bed under the bench and crouched there. So immediately, whenever he was feared, immediately he packed up his all bedsheet and crouched. It means munukoni under the bench. He sleep under the bench by folding his leg and everything. He shut his eyes tight and encased himself in his blanket. Unknown to himself, Swami fell asleep. In his sleep, he had a terrible dream. So, unknowingly, he get a sleep. In his sleep, he got a dream. What is the dream? Let us see. A tiger was chasing him. Swami tried hard to escape, but his feet would not move. He tried to open his eyes, but his eyelids would not open. He groaned in despair. So, this happens to everyone in a dream. While he was reading something, if it is a any wild dream, you cannot open your eyes, you cannot move from there. So same happens to Swami also.